Namaste to everyone. Today here in this video, we are going to see about a small topic of our lesson, that is periodic classification of elements. And in this lesson, we are going to learn about the earlier classification which is made by the scientist Dobereiner. And that classification is named as Dobereiner's triads. But before going to that, let us see what is classification and why is it essential. What is classification? Classification is nothing but grouping something, sorting something. So here we have the elements. The elements are grouped. The elements are sorted based on their similarities and also differences. Why we are doing this classification? So that we can study the properties in a easy manner. What is a periodic table? Periodic table is nothing but it is a tabular method of displaying the elements in such a way that the elements having similar properties will be present in the vertical column, same vertical column or same group. So the earlier attempts of classification of these elements are done by the two scientists. One is Dobereiner and the other one is Newlands. So Dobereiner's triads, about this topic we are going to see now. Before going to the topic, let us see a small introduction about Dobereiner. Johann Wolfgang Dobereiner, from the year 1780 to 1849. He is a German chemist who is best known for the work that foreshadowed the periodic law for the chemical elements and for inventing the first lighter, which was also known as Dobereiner's lamp. He became a professor of chemistry and pharmacy at the University of Jena. And here we have Dobereiner triads. In the year 1829, these Dobereiner's triads were given. Actually, he has started some years earlier, but till he came to a conclusion, it was the year 1829. So at his time, the classification means at the time of his classification, there were only 33 elements were known. So this classification is based purely on the atomic mass of the elements. The starting classification was done by based on the atomic mass of the elements, not on atomic number. Atomic number will be using from modern periodic table, which is given for us by Moseley. So in the history of periodic table, Dobereiner's triads were an early attempt to sort the elements, to group the elements into some logical order by their physical properties. So actually it has started in the year 1817. So in that year what happened? A letter reported Johann Wolfgang Dobereiner observations of the alkaline earths. Alkaline earths. We have alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. Alkali metals we have lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Alkaline earth metals, I am talking about today's elements, whatever are known till today, about that I am saying. Alkaline earth metals we have beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So among the alkaline earths, namely strontium is having the properties that are intermediate to those of calcium and barium. If you write these elements, even in our modern periodic table also, if you write the elements in a order, alkaline earth metals in a order, we'll get beryllium first in the same column, then followed by magnesium, after that calcium, then strontium, barium, like that. So between calcium and barium we have strontium now today in our modern periodic table. But at the time of Dobereiner only, he said that this strontium is having the properties which are intermediate to those of calcium and barium. By the year 1829, Dobereiner had found other groups of three elements. Three elements are there, so that's why we are using the word triads. They are having the physical properties similarities. Physical properties were similar for them. So according to this, we can say some law is given by Dobereiner. According to this law, when elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic masses, groups of 3 elements having similar properties are obtained. The atomic mass of the middle element of the triad being nearly equal to the average of the atomic masses of the other 2 elements. Let us go with the example lithium, sodium, potassium, which are alkali metals as we have discussed earlier. Lithium atomic mass we have 6.9, we can take it as 7. Sodium 23, potassium 39. Now, if you take the average of the atomic masses of lithium and potassium, 7 plus 39, 46, divide that by 2, we'll get 23, which is equal to the atomic mass of the middle element, that is sodium. Like this, first and third elements' atomic masses average will become equal to the middle element. And these elements, they are having some similarity. What is the similarity? Here we have all are alkali metals. Whenever they react with the water, they form their oxides, metallic oxides. Metallic hydroxides are formed. When they react with the oxygen, they form the metal oxides. Again, metal oxide reacting with the water will get the metal hydroxides. Or you take directly metal reacting with the water will get the metal hydroxide. So this metal hydroxide is able to dissolve in the water. The base which dissolves in the water is known as alkali. So these metals are able to form the alkali. That is why they are known as alkali metals. That is a similarity. Now going for the other examples, here we have already we have seen about lithium, sodium, potassium. Then we can take the next one, calcium, strontium, barium. If you observe, first and third elements atomic mass average will become equal to the second element's atomic mass. Chlorine, bromine, iodine. So like this we can give few examples. But you can see here we are not getting the exact value as we got for the first example. Average atomic masses of the first and third elements if you take, we are not getting the exact value. Somewhere we are getting difference also. That was a drawback of this classification. So coming to the limitation, it fails to arrange all the known elements in the form of triads, even having similar properties also. Though it is a limitation, we have to appreciate Dobereiner. That is why till today we are remembering him, because he has started the first classification of elements. Otherwise it was not possible for the other scientists also to classify the elements. So after this classification, which is done by Dobereiner, which is forming a basic for the it has started as he has started this classification. Next comes our Newland. After that we have Mendeleev classification. Then again we have about our modern periodic table, which is given by Moseley. So this is the first classification which is done by Dobereiner. Okay.